When 8-year-old Ryan receives a mysterious letter and a glowing red key, he discovers a hidden world beyond his school library, a floating city guarded by a mighty red dragon. Ryan was an ordinary boy with an extraordinary imagination. He loved reading adventure books, drawing dragons, and dreaming of magic worlds. One sunny afternoon, when he came home from school, something caught his eye. A strange old envelope in the mailbox. It had no name, no address, only a red wax seal shaped like a dragon. Ryan tore it open and gasped. Inside was a short message, written in golden ink. To the one with a brave heart, find the red dragon city. True treasure awaits. At the bottom of the letter was a tiny red key, glowing faintly. Ryan ran straight to his two best friends, Nova and Imran. Nova was funny, bold, and full of wild ideas. She loved comic books and thought everything was an adventure. Imran was quiet, but a genius at solving puzzles and building gadgets. When Ryan showed them the key and the letter, Nova shouted, "Red Dragon City? That sounds like an anime quest. I'm in." Imran smiled and said, "If it's real, we'll need to prepare. Every mystery has logic behind it." And just then, Ryan's tiny robot cat, Meo-Meo, who looked straight out of a Japanese anime, blinked its LED eyes and said, "Adventure mode activated. Let's find that dragon. Meow." The next day at school, Ryan felt the key glowing in his pocket. Something was calling him toward the back of the school library. There, half hidden behind dusty shelves, was an old wooden door Ryan had never seen before. He looked at his friends. "Ready?" Nova nodded dramatically. "Always ready." Ryan slipped the red key into the lock. Click! The door creaked open, and a burst of warm red light spilled out. They stepped through and gasped. On the other side was a world unlike any they had seen. Crimson mountains, floating islands, glowing rivers, and in the sky, giant flying fish. Nova whispered, "Whoa, this is totally anime-level awesome." A giant bird, half eagle, half dragon, swooped down in front of them. It bowed its head as if waiting. Ryan climbed on first. "I think it wants to take us to the city." Up, up they soared through pink clouds and blazing sunsets. The wind whipped their hair, and below them stretched endless crimson valleys. But halfway through their flight, dark shapes appeared. Black armored soldiers with jetpacks surrounded them. "Who are they?" Nova yelled. Before Ryan could answer, a voice boomed through the air. "The red dragon's treasure belongs to Lord Zaro." The sky darkened. From behind the soldiers emerged their leader, Lord Zaro, a tall man with a long black cloak and a silver mask. His eyes glowed red. "Give me the key, boy," Zaro said, his voice cold as metal, "or face my wrath." Ryan's hands shook, but he clenched the key tight. "No," he said firmly, "this key chose me." Imran quickly launched a small drone, flashing lights to distract the soldiers. Nova grabbed Meo-Meo and threw it like a spinning top. "Attack mode, kitty!" Meo-Meo spun and zapped the soldiers with many lightning bolts. The kids dove off the bird, landing on a floating island below. They were safe, for now. They soon reached a narrow glowing bridge that led to the Red Dragon City. But a floating stone blocked the way, showing a riddle. The bridge will only open when hearts unite. Imran frowned. "It's a puzzle. It needs a signal." Nova grabbed their hands. "Let's try friendship power." They joined hands, and suddenly, the bridge shimmered, lighting up beneath their feet. "See, I told you," Nova laughed. The path opened, leading them across the Crimson Valley. At last, they stood before the city of the Red Dragon, a magnificent place floating in the air, with red crystal towers and dragon statues guarding every gate.
In the center was a giant crystal orb glowing with firelight. Inside it, Ryan could see the shape of a dragon's eye watching him. Meo-Meo whispered, "Power level infinite." Suddenly, Lord Zaro appeared again, this time with dozens of soldiers flying behind him. He shouted, "The treasure is mine. Ryan stood firm. Nova cracked her knuckles. Not today, metal face. The sky blazed red as Zaro's army attacked. Imran used his gadgets to jam their weapons. Nova tossed Meo-Meo like a comic hero. Go, Meow Blaster! Zaro lunged toward Ryan. You're too weak to wield the dragon's power. Ryan held up the key. It began to glow brighter and brighter until it filled the whole city with red light. The crystal orb cracked, and out came a massive red dragon, wings blazing like fire. The dragon roared, shaking the sky. Zaro tried to attack, but the dragon's flame turned his mask to ash. Then the dragon turned to Ryan and spoke in a deep, ancient voice. You came not for greed, but for truth. The real treasure lies within your heart. As the dragon spoke, Ryan felt warmth spread through his chest. Courage, kindness, and wisdom. The dragon's eyes softened. Use this strength to protect, not to rule. Zaro fell to his knees, defeated not by power, but by Ryan's bravery. Ryan, Nova, Imran, and Meo-Meo stood before the dragon as the world began to fade. Time to go home, the dragon said. But remember, this city will always exist for those who believe. With a flash of light, they were back in the school library. The old door was gone, but the red key still glowed in Ryan's hand. He smiled. Maybe adventure isn't over yet. That night he wrote in his diary, True treasure isn't gold or gems. It's friendship, courage, and the fire inside your heart. As he closed the book, he noticed something glowing faintly on his desk. The red dragon's symbol shining softly under the moonlight. Courage and kindness are the strongest treasures. Even the smallest heart can awaken the mightiest dragon.